Hello, my butterflies, and welcome back. This is Sarah, the creator behind One Hook, Two Hands, and I'm coming today to talk to you about a project that I kind of didn't intentionally mean to, but kind of wanted to talk about separately from all of my other work in progress videos that should drop on Wednesday. There's a lot that's going to drop Wednesday. I may actually drop some of the work in progress videos Tuesday, even though technically going forward I want to do them Wednesdays. Oh, I forgot, guys. If you will like and subscribe, that would really help me out. It really would help me begin to get this channel a little bit more, be able to do lives, things like that. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here, and I really want to be able to talk to y'all as we do things, so that if there's anything I'm doing that you don't understand or you need help with, especially in the tutorial stuff, um, I would be able to help or do a Q&A kind of thing on certain nights. I'm figuring that out, but I would really hope to be able to do that. Excuse me. In the meantime, back to today's video. um, but like I said, normally I'll do work in progress videos on Wednesday, but I have a lot the Battle of the Stitches coming and dropping on Wednesday, so I may do like the major one drop on Wednesday, and then do there's one kind of smaller work in progress video that I did make that I may drop either tomorrow or Thursday. But either way, oh, happy Labor Day, guys! I meant to say that at the beginning. I apologize. Um, I hope everybody's having a good one, getting a lot of things done on your hook. But hold on, I need some water. But back to the reason why for this video, I had filmed two of, I think, three. Yeah, two of the three work in progress videos I'm doing. And like I said, I may only drop one on Wednesday because I've got the Battle of the Stitches as well on Wednesday. This Wednesday, and then drop my big one work in progress video on Thursday, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of still figuring that out, but I'll let you know. And part of the reason I'm so scatterbrained a little bit is because I have been working really hard trying to get my life in order, because, and by my life I mean my health, because hopefully I will be able to start treatment either this week or next. And for treatment, there's going to be a home health nurse as of right now coming to my home to do the IV treatments. It's intense, y'all. It's just straight up intense. And there's all these different pieces you've got to have in place to make things work. And so we're hoping that I get the call this week to start treatment. From there, things get a little wonka doodle, and I don't know what it's going to look like, how it's going to look like, all the things, but we're trying to figure it out. So just pray for me if you do pray. And but that's all that's kind of important to what I'm about to talk about. A project that I'm starting today that will be going on for the next year is I am starting a mood blanket. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is like a temperature blanket. It's just, you base it on your mood. You journal a little bit each day, decide what your major mood group was, and then you do either a row, around, whatever it is, depending on what kind of blanket you're doing. I am taking my inspiration from a linen stitch temperature blanket that Teal Yarn Crafts, Toni, I believe, did. But I'm kind of combining two of her year-long projects. One is the mood blanket that she's doing this year, And the temperature style blanket she did last year with a linen stitch. And so I am combining the two of those things, and I'm calling this, and yes, I know I'm not starting in January, but hopefully September is the month that I start treatment. And because of that, I wanted to do um my sorry guys, um do my own mood blanket. And yeah, you can kind of see the colors I'm working with, the palette I'm working with here. And some of these are colors are depending on the type of the thing, depends on which color variant I use. For example, I kind of look at grief a little differently than most people, and there's different types of grief, including grief for a person, grief for loss of what you used to be able to do in this. And there's also a hopeful grief where it's like I'm grieving, but I'm moving forward kind of thing. And so active day one or like loss of somebody plus, maybe loss of or a new symptom or new dietary restrictions, something like that will be black. They'll be gray for kind of just the everyday. And then this one is like my hope filled grief color, which I don't know if you can see that very well. Again, I'm doing this one in cotton, y'all, because I have fallen in love. This is like a black white variegated with a little bit of a brown in it. So I like that. My edging and centerpieces all will be done in woods, which is my favorite. I love this cotton. Instead of a straight neutral, like I really like this one because I don't know if you can see that. It's got some green and brown flecks in it. It just looks pretty. And so that's kind of like my favorite thing to use is like the outside guide. So there's that. Um, so grief is one of the emotions, or sorrow, death. Pain is one, but I have two different kinds of pain. Because I have lots of kinds of pain, but I decided to use um my deep red is kind of like the burning pain, and yellow for like what I call the scorched pain, or where it's just like numbed out but still hurting. Like it's the best way I can describe it. Um, for numb, disassociated, blitzed is the Moonlight Frost, which is really pretty. It's got some blues. Because again, I want this to be a hopeful blanket. I know I've mentioned some negative emotions or viewed as negative emotions. I don't think there's such thing as a negative emotion. It's just how we express it can be negative. And if we live there. But we have those emotions for a reason, and we got to use them, and acknowledging them and feeling them brings us to a place of back to peace, joy, hope, and happiness. And so that's what I choose. But it doesn't mean we don't feel these other emotions. Um, for anger, frustration, or feeling let down, because when you have a chronic illness, a lot of times you feel let down by the medical community as you go. I'm using this lovely Bruschetta color, which is probably one of my favorites. If you saw my bag I made for myself video, yeah, you know I like this color. Let's see. If I'm feeling tired, stressed, or overwhelmed, because that happens a lot, I have this pretty variegated cinnamon cedar. So you can kind of see the vision where there's like some greens and sage in it. There's some red. There's some yellow. This was also on the bag, and it's kind of that. Um, there's a little bit of gray in there too. This is definitely pulling in like all my favorite colors from the forest. Um, So if I'm feeling content, joyful, or free that day, my favorite color, I don't know if you can tell very well, but it is a dark purple. That's my, like, I love dark purple. If I'm feeling hopeful, thankful, or courageous, I have this deep teal color that is really, really, really pretty. If I'm feeling inquisitive, curious, or creative that day and just feeling overall good, I've got this pretty teal. Um, for days I feel overwhelmed, inadequate, or frightened. And hear me, I know you have the word overwhelmed on a different one as well, but these are different types of overwhelmed. And I think you kind of get it if you've been living, basically. But this is when it just kind of gets to be too much a little bit. It's this deep forest green, which I love. Is that not pretty? Is that not just an accurate name for that color too? Um, if I'm feeling awe or eager, this is called Rosey II. And y'all, is it not pretty? I like that one. I use that a lot on my niece's blanket that I'm working, and some of our upcoming granny squares. Let's see. So if I'm feeling disappointed, empty, or just powerless in a situation, one of my favorite, the Harvest Hues. And then if I'm feeling confident, respected, or valued, which has happened a couple times more recently when I've had questions or been trying to figure stuff out, we have this. Now, this warm blush. I have a sage and a brown that I kind of go back and forth of. I really kind of want to use the sage color in here too. I just haven't figured out what emotions I'm going to put with that one. Um, but um, as we go through this project, I will come back and show you clips and pieces and parts. But part of what we are doing is for each block, the way that Toni from DL or from TL Yarn Crafts does it on her linen stitch is that she did a 33 row block square, and because she would always do two kind of finishing rows on it. For me, I'm going to be doing a 35 row block because I want to do two in the center out of my trim color, which is my woods, and then on the edges I'm going to be doing guys, my brain, I'm telling you, it's a thing. And then I'll be doing two rows of edging if it's not like one of the 29, one of the 20, or one of the lesser day months. Um, it'll be a few more extra rows then. But I just wanted to come on and show you my blanket pattern and my squares, and hear me, I may do something different. I may switch up a color, add a color, I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring that out, but I'm really excited about what's going on in this project. And just like I said, I don't know if I'm going to use the brown or not. We'll see um, for this, but I am going to use the sage green that I haven't quite figured out what it's going to go with. But I am excited about how this will turn out, and I will let you know and keep you updated. But yeah, so this is my starting as of today, new work in progress. Love y'all. Actually, was there something else I wanted to tell y'all before I got off of here about this? There was the great jumbo granny square that dropped this morning. There is about all the stitches on Wednesday. There is my work in progress videos that are typically going to come out on Wednesday, but because of Battle of the Stitches, may be dropped all throughout this week. And then there is what's the other one? Oh, the next few weeks could be interesting, like I said, just because of the health stuff, and um, I don't know what my schedule looks like or what it will end up being, but um, there may be some changes in the schedule going forward because I don't know. I don't know what this will look like until we really get into it. So I'll see you on the other side. I love y'all and hope you have a blessed and hope filled and wonderful Labor Day. Bye.